pass on what you're looking for.
Sean is a master. He teaches. It's not just about sharing the formula with you. It's about making sure that we learn.
I went from $100,000 in debt from law school to having no money and starting my own law firm on my credit card to selling it 4 years later.
Sean and I, we co-created massive victories in 2 unwinnable jury trials, which are recognized nationally now as top 100 jury verdicts.
To be even on the same track with you, who I respect and admire and love with all my heart.
Never again submit. You're not better and you're not less than any human on earth.
When you shared with us about the unblinded process and the mastery sales training, I just went, wow.
Sean will gain proximity to the most influential and powerful people. He will find out how he can grow their business, how he can help them personally. But the third thing that he does is the most important. Sean serves without an expectation of getting anything in return.
You have very, very high-performing colleagues.
22 years ago, you transformed my life as you did all these people's lives over the course of time. And I couldn't be more grateful. Let's hear it for Tony Robbins.
I don't see him as a lawyer, and I don't see him as a blind person. Someone who has subjugated his ego, who has taught me what serving really looks like.
You have this incredible ability to just have unconditional love for everyone, and that is just an incredible gift.
The moment you have been waiting for.
The American Blind Association is the first new face and voice of that association since Helen Keller.
Formula for formulas, which is exactly what I've learned from Sean. It's a language-based predictable model. We will have over 300 new sales meetings this month.
This superpower in the world that is attainable for you is the ability to influence people. If you believe that, say yes. If you believe that, say yes. Do you think that worked?
I do think that works, Cedric. How about you? Do you think that works?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Well, Cedric, first of all, I thank you for putting such a warm, heart-centered group of individuals together. And before I start introducing everyone, what caused you to bring this group together today?
What caused me to bring this group together is really the knowledge, the formula, being able to share that with others so that we can all live our life, live our better life. We truly on service and work for our why, our mission, vision, and purpose.
Amen to that. Well, let's kick this off. And first, coming from Phoenix, Arizona, Capital Sourcing and Placement, helping business owners and real estate investors get financing to grow, purchase equipment, or invest in their next property. In finance for 5 years, originally marketing and interning in the financial wealth management and real estate space. Coming across the commercial loan broker industry, began working with a mentor in the space for 25 years now using her knowledge and position and impact to impact individuals, businesses, and the community as a whole. Let's welcome to the show, Jasmine Rudd.
Thank you. That was an amazing introduction.
Yes. And Jasmine, we kick this off with a fun fact because Plato said, play a game with me for an hour and we'll learn more about each other than if we spoke for a year. And we kick off this whole game show, if you will, with a fun fact. And so, Jasmine, what would be your headline fun fact?
My fun fact, I would say I do like Muay Thai, so Thai kickboxing. So I do find a lot of discipline, and it's a really good outlet for physical and social capacity. So Muay Thai is definitely a fun fact for me.
So I am hearing, don't tick off Jasmine because she could kick your butt. That's what I'm hearing, Jasmine. That is an awesome fun fact. And are you ready to have some fun today?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, let's do it. Rolling with Jasmine, also from Arizona, grew up playing soccer, coaching dance, running marathons, and tutoring accounting, now serving thousands of clients as an investment professional. A proud first-generation Mexican-American, passionate about financial coaching, simplifying the complex with unique and authentic perspective and multicultural appreciation. Actively engaged in community volunteer work, contributing to empowering women, fostering self-sufficiency, and nurturing confidence. Let's welcome to the show, Christina Perez.
Hello, hello.
Hello, Christina. Welcome. And what is your fun fact, Christina?
My fun fact is in 2019, I scuba dove the Great Barrier Reef in Australia for 5 days. And that is an incredible experience I would recommend to anyone if you're comfortable scuba diving.
That is amazing. I have a corollary fun fact. I've not yet been to the Great Barrier Reef, but we'll definitely on the bucket list for sure, Christina. That is extraordinary. And did you dive all 5 days, like on the Great Barrier Reef?
3 times a day minimum, if not 4 times a day. There are lots of dives. Yeah.
And did you do like a liverboard situation, or did you just go out every day?
No. So we were on a liveaboard. So we were in the middle of the ocean for 5 days, waking up at 6 a.m., doing a dive, afternoon doing a dive, one more at night. And then if we wanted to, we could do a night dive. And that's where you have a light and then neon glasses. And it's very cool.
Wow. That is awesome, Christina. I have
It's
like
also very scary.
Yes. I have like
I do have definitely scary
842
parts.
more questions. So maybe when we get the opportunity to talk again after the show, I will ask my 842 questions because I've got them all, but that is awesome. And are you ready to have some fun today?
Sure am. Thank you.
All right. Roland from the hot state of Arizona, immigrated from France, chased the dream to become a pro basketball player, recruited by numerous colleges across the U.S., and earned a degree in business management, played professionally overseas and in many countries with various jobs, including marketing director for one of the teams. Back in the U.S., obtained his real estate license 6 years ago, working with buyers and sellers, investors, and currently expanding to the Ivory Coast, Dubai, and I don't know where the last place is. Martinique? I don't know if I'm saying that correctly.
Martinique.
What is it?
Martinique.
Martinique. Got
Yes,
it.
it's in the Caribbean.
Well, let's welcome John Baio. Hello, John. Welcome. Expanding into the Caribbean. And John, what is your fun fact?
Seriously, I was struggling to find one, but there is something that I think is funny to me is that I can swim, like go to point A to point B, but I cannot float.
That is a very fun fact.
I don't know.
You can
That's-
swim.
It matters how much salt there is in the water. So in the ocean, you'll float a lot easier than you will in a traditional pool.
Got you.
Fun fact.
All right.
Justin, I can't float either. I can swim, but I can't float.
Same
That
thing.
is fun.
Crazy.
So, Christina, you're going to have to teach everybody how to float because apparently they can swim like boats. So, after the show, Christina will be giving float lessons to everyone. And, John, are you ready to have some fun?
I'm ready.
All right, let's do it. And the man that brought us all together, multi-unit franchisee from one retail store to 6, generating over $4 million in sales, well known for the Grand Canyon unique experience, stay creator, and love showing investors how to double-digit returns through real estate. With his team, renovated approximately 10 homes last year, funded primarily through other people's money, allowing them to work on more than 1 to 2 projects at a time. Let's welcome to the show, Mr. Cedric Dussault. Cedric, hello, welcome. And what is your fun fact for your crew today?
Fun fact. How I feel. The fun fact I'm feeling today is you can all hear I have an accent. I'm originally from West Africa. It's
I thought you were from the Bronx, Cedric. No, I totally thought you were from the Bronx. I'm so confused.
It's this little tiny country, and believe it or not, for very first time ever in my life, a giraffe when I came to Phoenix Zoo.
Ah, that is awesome. Fun fact. So from South Africa, but first time with a giraffe was at the Phoenix Zoo. Is that what I heard? That is way fun. And Cedric, are you ready to have some fun on your show today?
Yes, let's do it.
Let's do it. Well, let me introduce myself to everyone. I actually started selling crafts on my front lawn when I was 8 years old. And later at 18, went into network marketing. By the time I was 19 years old, I was a top income earner in that company. But I struggled with a little like dyslexia, barely graduated high school with a 1.7 GPA. So I decided to go after network marketing, I decided to go into real estate and became the #1 business broker in the state of Nevada because I did not want to go to college. Became the #1 business broker in the state of Nevada. I was the first woman to ever do that and the youngest woman at 24. And I did that for 3 years in a row. Then I did some leadership trainings in most of the major hotels and casinos in Las Vegas, the chains. So MGM Grand, Caesars Entertainment, Harris Entertainment. And in 2019, every single company that I worked with personally doubled their sales. And now I'm in the space of sales coaching and training, co-hosting the Heart of Influence and opening a physical co-working space here in Denver, Colorado. So that is a little bit about me. And I'll be... Thank you, team. And I'll go with the corollary fun fact with Christina. As my fun fact is the Unblinded team was in Grand Cayman. I think it's 2 or 3 weeks ago now. And I went scuba diving 14 times in 5 days, 3 of which we took a helicopter ride to Little Cayman, and 3 of those dives were on nitrous oxide, which was pretty fun and cool. So that is my fun fact for today. And so hence why I have 842 questions about the Great Barrier Reef, but we'll save that for...
say, now I have the same amount of questions for you.
Yes. So we will definitely reconnect for sure. And so everyone, now that we've done introductions, we're going to play a little game, because all business is built on relationships, and all relationships are built on shared experiences and the ability to get yes. So we cannot have more money, time, or magic if we don't know how to get yes. So this game is about getting yes from our ideal avatars. And so today, Cedric will be anybody you want him to be that you would like to go from hello to yes on. So Jasmine, Christina, Cedric will be anyone that you want him to be. You'll go from hello to yes with him, and we'll get some little feedback from the judges. And then Cedric has the honor and the privilege of putting me on the hot seat in a scenario that I have no idea about, because we always keep those top secret, and the producers get to put us on the hot seat. So he'll get to do that. And so Cedric, shall we kick this off with Jasmine or Christina?
Let's go with Christina.
Christina. So Christina, if you want to unmute for us, who would you like Cedric to be? He could be an ideal client, a philanthropic partner, a speaking engagement.
I would say let's have you be an avatar client. So that's a high earner. We'll just say you're an individual, because I work with individuals and families, but an individual to keep it a little more simple for the game. So you're a high earner, meaning you're making over at least $150,000 annually, and you're a novice investor who maybe has debt that you want to pay off. That could be student loans, and maybe you're even living paycheck to paycheck as a high earner. So that is kind of
Cedric,
that
you're
I'm
a high
helping.
earner living paycheck to paycheck with some debt, looking to make some investments. Cedric, take us in.
Hey, Christina, I just got a call from your receptionist. We have this call set up where I am trying to figure out a way to get out of this debt. Yes, did believe in going to school, get an education, but I'm having hard time paying off all the student loan, and it's holding me back on any future investment I would like to do. And seeking advice, seeking what can I do to navigate this nightmare?
Well, first of all, thank you so much for reaching out and scheduling this intro call, which I imagine this is it. But that's definitely something that I help clients with. And it really starts by knowing your numbers, and that means knowing your income and your expenses. So my approach is really taking the time to not only understand your numbers, but before we even get there, we're going to do a deep dive into your goals and your values and your personal circumstances. And today, I really just want to give you a little bit of an overview of how I work with clients, the technology that I use, as well as my approach, and of course, the cost to work together if it makes sense. So tell me a little bit more about your goals and how much debt you're working with right now.
You see, those are my biggest question. Those are my biggest. I don't like sharing those information. I feel like nobody else should know that. I don't feel comfortable sharing that information with anyone else. So how do I do that?
Yeah, and that's definitely okay. I know have you ever worked with a financial coach or a financial advisor?
No, for that reason.
Yep, and that's definitely something that we come across a lot. And in order for a partnership with an advisor or a coach to be successful, you will have to trust them in order to actually even implement the advice and recommendations that we're making. Because as I always like to remind my clients, a plan is no good if it doesn't get implemented. But at the end of the day, I really need to work with clients that do trust me and are able to share their fears and hopes and dreams and goals, because that is ultimately the foundation of your financial plan. So I wouldn't be able, unfortunately, to work with you if you weren't able to open up. But if there's something that might make you feel more comfortable sharing, I'm happy to go over my experience and the thousands of different clients that I've served. I have experience at Vanguard, Fidelity, and an independent firm in Scottsdale, working with retirees and pre-retirees and even accumulators like yourself. So tell me a little bit about what might make you more open to sharing that type of information.
Could it be in person? Can we do an in-person meeting?
Yes, we definitely can. I am very excited about in-person meetings, and I would be happy to meet with you. And this intro call is complimentary, and I'm happy to even do a follow-up in-person complimentary call and actually even show you in person the software, the financial planning and tax planning software that I use with my clients. Does that sound good?
That sounds perfect.
Awesome. Cedric, it sounded like you were going from hello to yes instead of Christina going from hello to yes. So he made that very easy on you. But Christina, great job. We'll get to the feedbackers in just a moment. And Jasmine, who would you like Cedric to be?
So Cedric could be, I work with small businesses, large businesses, or even real estate investors. So right now we can, if Cedric wants to be a real estate investor, looking to acquire a piece of land to develop on, this person is probably having a hard time working with the bank just due to how restricting their rules are. So in this case, you could qualify normally, but due to the state of the economy, he has to look for other sources of capital, and that's where I come in.
Got it. Okay, so Cedric, Jasmine's going from hello to yes with you, my friend, in case you forgot, but take us in.
Hey, Jasmine. Hey, how are you doing today? I have this piece of land that I've been looking at. I'm looking to purchase. Do not have a liquid fund. How can you assist? How can you help me?
Yeah, so it's definitely my job to help out different investors such as yourself to acquire any type of capital that you need. So let's start this off really quick. How much are you seeking at this moment?
I'm looking about $500,000.
$500,000, okay. And then with that amount, what are you planning on using the money for exactly? Were we just acquiring a piece of land? Are we also developing on it?
Yes, acquiring and developing.
Okay, awesome, awesome. And have you ever went to a bank before?
Yes, I have.
Okay.
They don't want to land on they don't like the piece of land. They don't like where it's located, so they don't want to land on it.
Okay, where is it located?
Near the Grand Canyon.
Okay, gotcha. Grand Canyon. All right, and then on the development, what industry are you? Is this hospitality or?
Residential is to build multiple residential unit.
Okay, got you. And then what's your time frame as far as closing goes? How soon you want to receive the capital?
Need a capital yesterday.
Yeah, gotcha. I totally understand that. But if you can give me a time frame within the next 30 days, 60 days, what are you thinking about?
Yeah, the next 30 days would be amazing.
Okay, next 30 days. All right. So I can definitely help you out in that case. I do work with a little over 50 lenders nationwide. So, and not only that, they also have varying different appetites. So even in this case where you were denied from the bank, we could definitely take over and take a look at your file to see if we can definitely help you out in this case. And you said the bank, they weren't able to fund this deal just due to the location?
That's correct.
Okay.
I have heard this before. How sure are you will be able to fund this deal? Because yeah, I have done it before, and it's provide all these documents, and at the end of the day, oh, this vendor doesn't like it, and then it keep going to that loop. How will you be able to? How confident are you being able to get me funded?
Yeah, so I am very confident. I'm not going to lie to you. But in this case, I do have a lender in mind where, unlike the bank, they don't look at your financial statements such as your monthly rate revenue to fund the deal. What they look at is just the value of the land. So they look at equity, and as far as that goes, they take that into consideration on getting you funding. So you say you already have a place in mind. Do you already have a contract on that place?
No contract yet.
No contract. Okay, so that's what we'll start off with. So all I need is the contract of land showing how much it is appraised for and that you're looking to close within the next 30 days. You can get that sent over to the lender. My job is to package everything and pitch it over to them. Once that gets done, I can get you funding within a week or two. But definitely so, I do have a lender in mind that can definitely help out in this complicated situation.
Great job, Jasmine. Great job, Cedric. So we will get to the feedbackers. Great job, Jasmine and Christina both. And John and Cedric will provide 30 seconds of feedback to both Christina and Jasmine, something that they did great, something that they could do to improve, and then like a little scoring system. Like, what are the next steps? So as a next step, that you would grab a cup of coffee at Starbucks to spend a little bit more time to find out a little bit more information. Maybe the next step is, maybe a dinner like Capital Grille, so you can spend a little bit more time. Or if you're like so intrigued and you want to spend the most amount of time with Jasmine or Christina as possible, then you would be willing to rent a private jet and fly anywhere in the world just to have as much time with Christina or Jasmine that you would possibly imagine. So John, let's kick it off with you. And how about your 30 seconds of feedback for Christina?
Oh, I think they both did good. Christina, when she was responding to the question, I think that it was one question that kind of clicked in my head that I would ask Cedric. When he mentioned that he was not comfortable sharing his information, I would like to know why, because at the end of the day, it would be finding that fear or the reason why he don't want to do it. And then I think that could be a quick rebuttal with all the tools that you have. That's it on Christina, really. And then on Jasmine, I didn't really see anything that I feel like I could add to it. Maybe a little bit more details about what the loans or what type of loan it will be or something, because he came in and said that, hey, I'm used to this, I'm used to talking to these people, and it's always the same. I'm tired basically of coming in and having the same spill, and then at the end it's not happening. So maybe just giving more information about what you have different, and probably you will be more like wanting to connect with you, or the appointment next will be sure, compared to I don't know if I can, I can trust her like this because she didn't tell me anything really that.
So John, what would be the next step with Christina? Like, is it Christina and Jasmine? Is it like the cup of coffee? Is it the dinner, private jet?
I would say anything, depending on where's the location. However the customer is comfortable. I mean, it could be at their place, it could be at the Starbucks, or it don't matter. It's just trying to find out like the level of comfortability or something like that.
Got it. Beautiful. Here and somewhere in between. Thank you, John. And John said, how about your 30 seconds of feedback for Christina and Jasmine?
Christina and Jasmine, they both did very great, and John highlight them all very well. Definitely would like a little more of Christina. You're feeling my pain, you feeling my concern, you acknowledge that concern, and the next will be, I will emphasize on the follow-up. Okay, what's the next step? Well, how we meet? Do you have a calendar? What day work for you? That will be what I will add on to the call. Beautiful. And Jasmine, very similar. John tap on that. It's go a little more specific into okay, I seen it, I heard it. What are you bringing to the table? What's different? And maybe send me the helicopter so we can go see that land in person, and that will get you energized to make the deal happen.
Beautiful, Cedric. Love that. Great feedback. And what's the next step with Christina and Jasmine?
Jasmine is to send a private jet so we can go look at the land together, and Christina will have a coffee together in her Scottsdale office.
There you go. Awesome. Well, thank you for that, Cedric. And then Cedric, as you know, and everybody, this is the time in the show that I get put on the hot seat in a scenario that I have no idea about. So Cedric, what would you like to see me go from hello to yes, and with who?
I would like to see you go from hello to yes with John.
With John, okay.
He has this amazing property in Scottsdale. It's a beautiful retreat center that is worth well over $1 million, right under the Camelback Mountain. And he is really looking to get that sold as soon as possible.
Okay. And then am I a listing agent? I'm trying to get the listing, or what role? So he has the retreat center, and what's the yes I'm seeking?
You seeking Christina to buy.
Okay, so I'm gonna play John. He has the retreat center, and I want Christina to buy it.
Correct. Yes.
Got it. Okay, now I'm clear. So Christina, are you up for playing with me? Just unmute for me, because it's always much easier to hear. Okay.
Yes.
So, and Christina, so you, I am playing John. I have a retreat center, and I'm going to go from hello to yes with you. You up for it?
So that means I'm trying to convince you to sell me your property?
No, I'm going to convince you that you want to buy my property.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. Ring, ring.
Hello. Who is this?
Hi. Is this Christina Perez?
This is.
Hi, Christina. Your team booked a 3-minute call for us. I don't know if you remember, but they booked a 3-minute call for us to talk about a retreat center that we have in the back of Camelback Mountain. Does that ring a bell?
Oh, yeah. I remember scheduling that. Tell me about it.
Yeah. Well, first of all, let me ask you this, Christina. What caused you to let your team schedule this meeting in the first place and hop on the phone with me?
Well, we're always looking to acquire new properties if the value is there and the future cash flow. So that is really what piqued our interest.
Done. So you are a seasoned investor and you look for properties that are income generating to add to your portfolio. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Awesome. And have you ever invested in a retreat center before, ever looked at a type of property like this before?
We don't currently have any in our portfolio. That's why we're going to be very cautious and make sure to do our due diligence before, exploring or expanding into a market that we're not well versed in.
Got it. And what even has your interest in a retreat center? If it's not in your portfolio now, not something that you've thought about, what even made you go, what even made it a consideration?
Well, I personally love going on retreats and really working on my personal growth. And I think retreats is a place where you're dedicating a time, whether that's a weekend or a whole week or longer, to working on yourself. And so that's really why we thought it might be a good idea, since we're personally passionate about retreats.
Got it. So this is kind of a personal passion project, but definitely I hear the personal aspect, it's a personal passion project perhaps, but it still's got to make financial sense. So it's got to be an emotional and logical for it to make sense for you. Is that what I'm hearing?
That is correct.
Got it. And so if I could, I'll share a little bit about it. And then if it makes sense, maybe we can schedule a little bit longer of a meeting. How does that sound?
That sounds good.
And so I do think the retreat center will absolutely, meet your income desires. The retreat center has been around for about 10 years on the back of Camelback Mountain. And we have people that come from all over the world. Where have you done some different retreats? Where does that usually happen for you?
In Sedona. I love the weather up there. It's a little bit cooler than it is here.
Got it. I can understand that, but it sounds like you definitely like the desert. That's for sure. So this will appeal to that desert attraction that you have. Sometimes it is a little bit warmer, but I imagine if you like retreats, do you do any hot yoga?
I sure do.
So, it's just like hot yoga out in the outdoors. But this retreat center, as I was saying, Christina, it's been around for 10 years. It has been in our family, in our generationally, we have birthed it from the ground up. It was a passion project for us. And now, there's some there's some family challenges, not financial challenges, but some family challenges that are, causing us to, look to sell. It is income generating. It is profitable. There are tons of things that I think a new owner could do to increase the profit that it already is making. And so, Christina, if any of that resonates with you, does it make sense for us to have a longer meeting?
It sure does. It sounds like it's checking all of the boxes.
Perfect. Well, let's definitely schedule that longer meeting and get you a hot yoga desert retreat center in Camelback Mountain.
Sounds great.
Awesome. Great job, Christina. Great scenario, Cedric. And Christina, I'll come back to you in a moment. John, how was I at role playing you in the scenario that Cedric set up?
You did actually pretty good.
Pretty good.
Yes, you did pretty good. I can see that you did some sales before, because the way that you took some of the things that she said and implemented in, immediately with the needs, right? So you emphasize those stuff. So I think that was great. It's a tough scenario. At the same time, it's not happening like that very often. As I see it's never that easy. As soon as I get a call like this already, I'm ready to hang up. So I would give you more difficulties, so then I could see what would be the next step. But you did pretty good. Yeah.
And so, John, if you want to role play that out, because I will say that, and I'm happy we have the time. I'm happy to do another role play. We don't typically do that, but we have the time to do it. Definitely willing to do that, because it is, I can definitely play with those challenges. So I'll come back to that in just a moment. Christina, how was that for you?
It was good. I mean, I definitely thought what John said makes sense, because I felt like I could have been a more difficult client, and that's probably more realistic. But I do want to give you credit because there was a question after I had said where you were telling me more, and then we were going to agree to have that longer meeting. And I was going to rebuttal with, why are you guys selling it? And when you were telling me about it, you mentioned the family challenges. So you kind of answered that question. I didn't even have to rebuttal. And that's why I gave you the easy yes.
Got it. So, well, let's have some fun since we have the time. Cedric, are you up for having some more fun? Jasmine, are you up for having some more fun? And so let's have some fun because I do these calls all the time, and yes, and there is a formula to this. So, John, do you want to do the same scenario or a different scenario?
It doesn't matter. We can go ahead and you start the call again with me, and we see what's going on.
All right, sounds good. Ring ring.
Hello.
Hi, is this John Bayo?
Yes, who is it?
This is Bella Verita, and I'm sure you probably get 842 calls a day of somebody trying to sell you something. But I promise this is probably a call that you want to listen to for at least 3 minutes. Would it be worth 3 minutes of your time?
Oh, sorry, I'm too in a hurry. I can't do it.
What are you in a hurry for?
Okay, so I hang up. All right, now we on the second. All right, I hang up. I ain't got time for that.
I will say, John, humbly, I have done probably 3,000 calls starting that way, and no one's ever hung up on me. Okay. I've never been hung up on, not one single time. And the reason is because fun energy opens listening. And so I will say, if it's a cold call, and I did 10 of them yesterday, right? I did 10 of them yesterday. And we teach that fun energy opens listening. And so when you say to someone, something like I'll say, I have a couple of different things I'll say. Sometimes I'll say, this is not a cold call, right? And they're like, wait, what? Because it's like a cold call, but I don't call them cold calls. I call them cold outreaches. So I'll say, this is not a cold call. And people are always like, wait, what? Because what you want to do in the first 3 seconds is you want to create a congruent uniqueness. You want to be unique and create unique curiosity. So when you open a line with something like, and especially, and I've done this in the real estate space a lot, especially if it's like a property owner, right? That they literally probably get 10 calls a day from real estate agents wanting to list their property. And I coach all of our real estate agents to say something like, I'm sure you get 10 calls a day from real estate agents and you want to hang up on them every single time they call. And that's the first thing that they say, because one, you're validating what they already are experiencing. They are, that they're getting 10 calls a day. So you're validating that. And then you're dropping in with some Zeus energy and saying, if you give me 3 minutes, if I'm not the real estate agent for you, you can hang up on me right away. And all of our get that. So it's fun not, want to play and hang up, but I don't ever get hung up on. And that's the truth.
Well, that was the first time. So now it's like, what would you do now? That's what I'm trying to, right here for me would be a learning, because we went to different teams, we went to different podcasts, and we're watching stuff and trying to learn all the time. But then it's like, okay, what do you do when you couldn't even connect on the first 10 seconds? They already hang up, they didn't listen to you. But as you were mentioning earlier, that they are the one who actually put the information somewhere, and that's how you got the information now. So
John, who are you calling, and do you get hung up on a lot? Like who would be an example of someone that you're calling?
That would be a lot of cold calling, maybe like leads that we bought from different companies.
And what are the leads for? Like, are the leads in financial planning, the leads in real estate? What are the leads?
Real estate, I would say real estate, more like listings, because a lot of people go online and go type, looking for the best agent. So then they go through those different
So what
websites.
I would say in that first 10 seconds is John, you put your information online. I know you probably get 10 calls a day and you want to hang up on me, but I promise if you give me 30 seconds, you will not want to hang up.
Got you.
They're not hanging up.
Now, if
Now
they
they're
hang up,
intrigued.
would you do something or would you just let it go?
No, so then I would say, so then you've acknowledged and validated, right? And so then I would say, so then they're going to go, now they're curious, right? So they're like, okay, you can have 30 seconds. Now, what you want to do in that 30 seconds is you want to create enough value so then you can get 3 minutes, right? So then it would sound like, well, thanks, John, for not hanging up on me. Why did you not hang up on me? If you hang up on, I'm sure you hang up on 10 people a day. Why did you not hang up on me? Then they're going to give you a reason why they didn't hang up on you. Then I would ask the question of, you put online that you're looking to sell. Why did you put it? What made you put that online? Like, why is it that you're selling, and how come you have not said yes to someone yet?
Right.
So then they're going to give you an answer and you're going to go, I'm at my 30 seconds. Can we have 3 minutes? If I don't create enough value in the next 3 minutes for us to have a longer conversation, you can hang up on me and we can be done.
Got you.
So it's all acknowledgement and validation, and buying more time. But the number one thing that you could probably take away if you're doing cold calling is if you can open in fun energy, you will buy the time, because fun energy opens listening. You will buy the time for a longer conversation. And that's all you need is a little bit longer of a conversation. Then you're asking questions to become curious about what they're up to. And then they're going to start feeling so heard, seen, and understood that they're just going to want to talk to you longer.
Okay.
So how does that resonate with you or not?
No, that makes a lot of sense. That's exactly the process that I think works when people get through me, is that the energy is big to me. Yeah, energy is big, and the confidence, the tone, the way that you can act like you don't really care. Really, I'm just here to help you.
Integrity scarcity, we call that, yes.
Right? I'm just here to help you, buddy. So, hey, you're just another guy until you talk to me, and basically, yeah, then you're gonna be whoever you want to be or whatever help you need to. So, yeah, I think that was helpful for sure.
Awesome. So, John, how was your time on Cedric's Heart of Influence?
Pretty great. Yeah.
That's awesome. Pretty great. We'll look forward to seeing you back. Let's go, Jasmine. Jasmine, how was your time on Cedric's Heart of Influence?
I had a really good time. I definitely learned a lot. I wrote it down. So basically what you said, fun and positive energy can create you enough time. So that's definitely a tip I'm gonna start using going forward. So I appreciate that.
Awesome. Well, Jasmine, thank you. Definitely welcome back anytime. And Christina, how was your time on Cedric's Heart of Influence?
I had a blast, and I definitely enjoyed also meeting John and Jasmine and you as well, and already sent you guys LinkedIn requests as well so we can stay connected.
Perfect. And that's what yes, that's what this is all about. Do what Christina did, because that's what Cedric brought you here, is to build relationships. All business is built on relationships. And this is your first introduction. This is like your first cup of coffee. So where you go from here, where you continue these relationships, is definitely up to you. And so before I get to final, Cedric, what your final on your Heart of Influence?
This it's amazing. Thank you all for coming. And Heart of Influence, it's a way of us to connect, to learn about each other. But it's always that moment, even though you have heard it multiple times, even though you have done it so many multiple times, it's always that precision. It's always that new information that I always get out of it. And I feel like it's valuable. And yeah, even me today, got very big information on cold calling, and I'm happy. I'm glad you shared that with us, and I will definitely be practicing and perfect it.
Well, I would like to say that I am the inventor of that, but we do call this a magic moment. There are 4 steps, 4 energies, 12 indispensable elements. And so the team dropped it in the chat. There is a book that is our gift for you. So definitely download that. It's not going to put you in any like funnel or anything like that. That is our book. And literally what I did and what I demonstrated is in that book. So download that. And then everybody has the opportunity to have a business acceleration session with someone on our team to advance your mission and how you could, possibly take advantage of the Heart of Influence platform and how you can monetize the relationships that you built here. So definitely take us up on that. And Cedric, just want to say absolutely phenomenal job. Great job bringing these people together, and hope everyone can continue to build these relationships. And Jasmine, Christina, John, it was a pleasure to meet you all. And we always end every show by saying, even though Sean may be physically blind, and sometimes we're all blind to the possibilities right in front of us, and even though we are all blind, we're oh my God, I forgot. All blind and just learning to see. There we go. We're all blind and just learning to see. Thank you all for being here and have a great day.